Hello and welcome to the Judo Way of Life. My name's David. Today I'm going to go through a setup for Harai Goshi that I like to use. Harai Goshi is one of my favourite throws. Fits into my judo philosophy of sticking the leg across and hoping for the best. Now, when I first started learning Harai Goshi, I found that I would quite often get blocked out and my opponent would be able to get the hip in. Now this was partly, I think, because I was stepping in towards my opponent and I found that I was giving them the opportunity to, use their hip. Now, an argument could be made for, developing better kazushi when I'm stepping in. However, I found personally that trying to step away instead of stepping in, really stepping, big exaggerated movement, stepping away, drawing my opponent on and loading up the leg that I was about to sweep with mine to finish off the Harai Goshi worked really well with my style of judo. Now, in the example I'm going to go through is a left on right position, maybe in the left-hander. Now, I do also use a very similar setup for when I'm throwing left on left, so same side gripping. I'm also using an over-the-top grip to do this throw, but you could definitely do this off the lapel. There's no real need for it to be over the top. Again, this is my personal bias. I really like doing Harai Goshi from over the top, controlling that head position. So we'll go through a few details with that, talk about how to initiate the step and the movement and get your partner stepping into the throw. Now, again, it's not 100% guaranteed, obviously, that you're going to throw with this. However, I found personally with this style of setup that you're going to break your partner's balance forwards. If it all goes wrong, like one of the worst case scenarios is you're just going to fall flat on your face. Best case scenario, obviously, is throwing your partner flat on the back and getting that nice big hip on. In terms of the sleeve grip position, I'm looking to be just below Rob's elbow, and again I'm just taking this grip on the seam so I can get, as I turn, I'm able to control this part of Rob's shoulder and arm and through his upper back. In terms of the over the top grip, a few things that are very important with this. I never want my wrist to bend like this. I'm not gripping. I'm reaching over and allowing my wrist to bend. Taking a position where I'm pulling my knuckles back and I'm gripping again on the seam that runs right down the middle of Rob's back. That's where I'm gripping and I'm pulling the gi up. My thumb locks in the back there and I'm dropping my elbow down and I'm keeping my wrist straight. So from my wrist to my elbow is one straight line, my knuckles pull back. I'm not letting my knuckles go forward. I'm in this position because when I come in, I don't have the control over Rob. He's just going to defend and probably throw me backwards with an arc or something equally as horrible. So I need to make sure that I'm controlling Rob here. I'm dropping my weight through Rob. I'm not trying to pull him down like this, but I'm controlling, and then my elbow comes down. And I'm bringing my arm, my wrist towards my shoulder here so that I can pull Rob's head into my chest and I'm controlling him in this position. So we're locked in here. When I turn to throw, again I'm stepping away from my partner. I really like this particular movement for these throws because it brings my partner along with me in the direction that I want to go in. I think it makes it much harder if I step towards my partner and misjudge it, I'm going to get blocked and then probably thrown backwards. If I'm pulling my partner here and I sort of misjudge it, I think it makes it harder, not impossible, but harder for Rob to then counter me. So starting off in this left and right position, controlling my partner, controlling Rob's head, pulling it in. When I go to throw, I'm again turning my foot and coming across here. However, I'm coming deeper this time. For the old Goshi, I was coming more on the instep to get my hips across. This time I come deeper, but again I'm angling my foot the direction I'm going to be throwing, pulling Rob, and I want his weight in this leg. Now in terms of my over the top grip, the transition goes, if I turn in and I leave my arm in, I can't rotate through. I'm going to come in this position, be sideways on, and Rob's going to be able to counter me. So I need to allow this grip to come out and come over. And I'm doing exactly the same movement with the over the top grip as I would do around the back for the Goshi. I'm bringing Rob round to load his weight up into this leg. So as I come through here, bringing Rob around, so when I come through my hip, one movement, my leg comes through, so it's through, and then I'm sweeping right back through with this leg. Just one movement from here, I step through, and then come backwards with the sweep. So if I don't get this, and I get Rob's balance in this one leg, so when I come through my hip, I'm just sweeping out. It allows Rob to get this inner hip and to defend. So if I try and come through and I don't get the same level of control here, he's able to get his hip across, and he's going to block me out, and I'm not going to be able to get the hip into the position that I want, and a bit of control through my leg. So just to finish from here, so arms coming across the top, controlling his head, bringing his shoulders over, and then I'm finishing off. Just one thing actually with the foot, when I'm coming through to sweep, I'm pointing my toes. I don't come through my foot up here like this and make the contact there. As I come through my leg, my toes point, and then come straight through my toes come straight through here, and I'm sweeping, and I don't want to come too high. I want to make sure that my toes are coming relatively close to my partner's foot as they come through, and I'm just coming across here, just above where Rob's knee is, just to sweep through. So there you have it, guys. A nice setup for the Harai Goshi. I also use this style of stepping on with this style of breaking balance for a lot of my hip throws that I use. For example, Goshi, which I did a video on a couple of weeks ago, talking about how I like this really big exaggerated pull on to get the throw and get my hips across. So give it a try. If you're not familiar with this style of entry and setup, give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments below, whether you find that you prefer to step in, and then how you like to set the throw up, and have fun, play around with it in randori competitions. Well, maybe not competitions until you're sure it works, but definitely have a little play around with it in training and join randori and see what you think. And until next time, see you again. Ta-da!